this video, I'm going to be attempting the one tile challenge, aka the densest city. Now, I'm going to try and see if we can recreate the population of the densest city in the world, which is Manila, Philippines. Now, let's go over some basic rules of this challenge. Rule number 1, I cannot build my zoning outside of the one tile. Rule number 2, I can build roads in another tile as connection to my one tile. Rule number 3, our final population will be x3 to simulate realistic population. Rule number 4, our population must be 20,000 people at the end of the video. Alright, so this is the one tile plot we have been assigned to. And first things first that I wanted to do was build a boundary road on this one tile. And this boundary road was going to serve a purpose, that we were only allowed to zone inside this boundary road. Now, after that, I bought the plot of land next to it and built a small highway interchange. Now, I was not going to build, zone any houses or commercial or anything in the second tile, just purpose as a highway interchange. And after that, I start getting into the road design of the city. Now, I wanted to kind of build messy alleyways, just all connecting to each other. Not really like a grid system to fit the most amount of people. Try to cram in as many roads as I can, covering every corner. And around here, I start zoning out my first little community, building out medium density, high density commercial, and high density apartments. Now, my main goal for the city is to kind of be realistic, mostly medium density, but a couple of high density. That will be the rooftop of our skyline. Now here, I realized that I was kind of in a pickle. I had to move all my buildings and delete them because I had to fit in a recycling center. I realized how beneficial signature buildings can be. They add a different look to the city, and they can really be useful if you use them in the right way. And here I was kind of wanting to build like a big tower, and this tower I wanted to be like the center of our skyline, like the main tower of our skyline. And in the end, my choice was the colossal tower. I felt that it was the perfect height and it was just the perfect thing to be the rooftop of our skyline. Here I build a signature building commercial shop. Like I said, these signature buildings can be really good if you use them in the right way. And around here I placed down a parking lot, right? But I realized that it was going to lead to a lot of problems, like traffic. Now, these were early signs that traffic was going to be a big thing in our city, right? Everyone was going to try and park. It's narrow alleyways, a lot of people crammed in, right? So, to fix this short term traffic jam, I relocate the parking building. But this was just delaying the inevitable, that traffic was going to be in every corner, every street of the city. Now around here, I wanted to zone another big skyrise building, but I actually realized there was a problem. I had no high density demand, and that was because the colossal tower was already taking up all my high density demand. So I was kind of restricted to only build medium density for a while. Now here, I realized that my parking places are full. So I decided to add an underground parking into my city. And I didn't want this underground parking to be in the center of my city, so I wanted it kind of like on the outskirts. Now after this, I just went on back to zoning because why not? We needed the people and we had to get out our medium density demand. Now here, I notice a massive traffic jam, and this was actually a big problem. Now, I tried to fix it by adding more lanes, but it didn't really look like it was solving anything. Now, the main reason being was the AI was stopping every second another car went in front of it. So the cars couldn't really join on into the roundabout. Now here, I find a 200 IQ play, right? So I just make another entrance onto the main road from the highway, right? And this actually somehow works. Traffic is already gone. And there was good signs in the city. Not really any traffic in the city, but it was all outside the city. And here, I kind of needed a parking building, and these little like two-story parking garages, they weren't really doing the job, so I needed a big parking building. So I placed down this jumbo parking building in my Skyline. I didn't really want it in my Skyline, but I was kind of forced to put it in my Skyline because we needed the parking space. And honestly, it doesn't even look that bad next to the Colossal Tower. It adds like that extra charm into the city. And around here, like I said, traffic that was going to pop up sometime. Now, this traffic wasn't in downtown. It had started all the way from the highway and ended in downtown. Now, the roads were so slow, like no car was moving. It was stuck there. And there was no real fix to it. Now you can just see, right? This is like almost impossible to fix. I tried to add another lane, but there was no space to get the bigger roads. Now, the traffic wasn't really confined into one area, but multiple. But anyways, we can't really fix that. But I moved on and I placed down a signature office building, a more charm theme kind of into the city. It looks really nice in the skyline. And after that, went ahead, did some more zoning around the city. Now, come back again sometime later, and traffic was still horrible. There was no real way to fix this. Like, I tried to add some bigger roads, but I don't even think that could fix it, so I just let it be. There's really nothing to do. Now, even the massive parking building was full. Now I come back, right? But one final attempt, right, to fix this traffic. Now, the only way this could really be fixed was more lanes. So I just went ahead, added more lanes, hoped that it would do something. And it didn't really look like it was working because the traffic AI, like the game made it where 2 lanes would go right, but I wanted the people to go to the left, so everyone was only on that 1 lane on the left. So if you get what I mean, it's technically only a 1 lane highway, even though it's a 3 lane highway. Tried to stop them from going to the right, but the game wouldn't let me. But the traffic was kind of like, I guess you could say, cleared up. It's not really cleared up, but it looked a bit better. And I would say my city is done. We reached 7,000 population, like you can see at the bottom, which, if we times it by 3, is more than 20,000. It is 21,000. But I will do a quick fly around the city to show you guys what I've done so far.